Welcome to the Project 1988 podcast, a weekly podcast where I chat with people in the creative industry. It's a chance for them to share with us their stories, ideas. Today I'm being joined by
Fabian
Conrad.
Yep. That's me. Hello. How are we all doing?
Fabian is an editor. He's a motion graphic designer as well. He's doing a lot of work as well with a lot of companies. It's short films, promos, social media stuff. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Absolute privilege to be here in the studio.
I'm glad to have you because I think we met through a mutual friend of yours because he was doing a short film.
Yeah, exactly.
You came by because I think it was after the shoot. Then.
Yeah, just came by to like socialise, innit?
Yeah, and we just clicked. I was like, oh, this guy's interesting.
Yeah. I've got a story to tell, probably.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You went to Gloucester University, right?
Yeah, University of Gloucestershire, but in Cheltenham though.
How was that?
Yeah, it was decent. You know what I mean? It fucking feels like ages ago.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done like so much, like I feel so far removed from it, you know what I mean?
Like half 3 years, what was it?
Yeah, literally like 3 years. When did I even graduate?
2016? I did a bit.
No, wait, that's when I started.
Yeah.
I think I probably graduated
2019.
Yeah.
I got a bit mixed up. So originally you were studying film and television, right?
It's like film production, innit?
Did you always like films or was it just more of a, all right, let me just do this subject, see how it goes?
I mean, if we want to go like far back.
Yeah, let's go back.
So basically, 6th of June, 1998, my mum pushing,
All right, let's spring forward now.
So basically, I guess the intrigue started like, the guy that did the Duck song, right?
The Duck song.
Yeah, that wasn't my inspiration, but he did other videos.
Okay.
But his other videos was just like Lego, like stop motion. I feel like everyone would love it because like Lego Batman stop motion, very like adult content as well. You know what I mean? Like he talks about like shagging and like doing drugs and all that fun stuff as a Lego figure. So obviously, absolute perfection, like shit to grow up on as a child. I guess I like watched that. I was like, oh well, like stop motion shit or whatever. And then I started making like Lego stop motion, etc. And then I guess like when you just like consume more content, you just want to branch out, do different things. So I think at some point I realized that like stop motion just like took ages, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like it's just like taking a picture, moving. And so I think at some point, it was so weird. I watched like this random ass like YouTuber, like small YouTuber, and he did like a travel video. It's so sad because I think he deleted it. But if he's listening, he's not listening. Yeah, I think I watched that. I was like, oh shit, I'll rate this. So then I think I like made my own like travel videos and then just like built on my expertise from there. And then yeah, but then obviously like that merged into like going into uni. And I think like going into uni, I always knew I wanted to do editing. So literally all I did was edited for those 3 years. Yeah, and then I guess when you finish uni, you can't really be too like picky in what job you want to go into afterwards. So I just applied for like everything, like editing wise. And then I got into, where I am now. And that's also been like good fun because you also learn loads of shit as well. Like it feels like I'm at uni again. You know what I mean?
That's it.
But it's time I get paid.
That's it. At least now you're not really waking up for lectures or anything like that.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now the stakes are higher. Do you know what I mean? Like you wake up like hungover. Oh, you miss a lecture, just whatever in it. But now it's just like, oh fuck, you don't want to be hungover to a like BBC meeting, you know what I mean?
You want to get your work done and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quite amazing. It's quite amazing. Because the travel videos, that the drone one that you did.
Drone
that's quite
shit.
Good. You went to, because you're half Croatian, right?
Yeah, I went to Croatia, did a little drone video there. But I also took it with me to like New Zealand as well.
Okay, that's awesome, man. So was that before during the break?
I guess like during,
okay.
You know what I mean? So I did a whole bunch of like travel videos. And that was just with like my normal DSLR. Like I didn't really know shit about like videography, cinema. I didn't really know shit about lenses, you know what I mean? I was just like filming, editing to the beat, whatever. And obviously as you like progress and learn.
Yeah.
Just before I did a study abroad in New Zealand, I was like, I'll invest in a drone,
You
like.
did study abroad in New Zealand?
Yeah.
You need to tell me that, man. How did that come about? Because when I was in uni, we had a chance to go to, I think it was one of the California University. They had like a 1 year switch.
Oh shit.
That was a long time ago. I didn't take that chance, but a few of my mates who were in the course with me took that chance.
Oh, okay.
And I saw their videos. I was like, oh shit, I should have.
They become a whole new person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But go on, you saying you're abroad in New Zealand?
Yeah, went did a little study abroad in New Zealand. Should I do a shout out to if anyone from New Zealand? Shout out if you're from New Zealand.
The Aussies.
Oh, no, not the Aussies. You can't.
You're joking, the Kiwis.
The Kiwis, exactly.
They'll kill me if they hear that.
Yeah, exactly. Cut it out. Yeah, I think so. We had the choice between Canada and New Zealand, and I was like, do you know what? New Zealand, other side of the planet, fuck it. Let's have you.
Yeah.
And so I went there, did that. I think it was pretty cool because I feel like, because there were also like loads of other exchange students from like different countries, but I feel like, I don't know, it sounds a bit like a humble brag, but I feel like I was maybe like the only one or one of the few that actually like became friends with the people on their course.
Also,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everyone's here like, oh look, I'm abroad, like, oh fucking hell, let's look at some mountains or whatever.
You actually embraced it.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm just like, you're right, geezer, what you got to say?
I'm here now. All right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a local. Yeah,
But I think you probably stuck out like a sore thumb sort of thing. They just can't do you when you was a Brit, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at first. So yeah, I guess you could say like I built my way up. Do you know what I mean? Like at the start, didn't really know anyone, and then I was just happy that like the people that I like became friends with like chose to talk to me.
Yeah,
and that I like got to know them.
It was the same course, but it was more of a broad sort of, or was it different something, a different subject?
I think it was still like film production stuff. I think there was also like a couple like more specialist modules. Like it felt very similar to what I did in the UK anyway.
That's amazing. So you was there for a year and you just came back?
Flat half a year.
Half a year, yeah.
In 2018.
Okay, and you finished your other half here, basically graduated.
Yeah. I did like first half of second year in the UK, and then I did my second half of second year in New Zealand.
Sweet. So, what was your intrigue level into film that made you like? Because of course the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I feel like everyone just like watches like I don't know, like Inception or something. I want to make that.
I want to make. Yeah, it's always something like whether it's Mad Max, whether it's Star Wars. You know what I mean? Whatever sort of like your entry. My entry level was sort of like Martin Scorsese, like the Goodfellas.
Yeah.
When I watched that, I was like, I want to do that camera shot.
Yeah, I think it's something that you watch like in a film. Yeah, and there's like something specific. You're just like, I want to learn how to do that. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then, and then you just study film, innit?
That's it. You see, and I think because with me, I think you might know as well is me my first year when I was going to uni, I was like, oh shit, what the hell is this? Like it was all entry level because some people were fortunate enough to do it in college. It's like a bit of like they were doing films.
Yeah.
With me, it was like my whole sort of. Well, I did like small documentaries with my cousin before, just helped him out with that. Yeah. I think that kind of intrigued me into like filmmaking when I helped him out. Yeah. Then when I went in, my first sort of recce was straight into like the course basically. Yeah. And after that, I just absorbed it, and after I just caught the bug.
Yeah, as they say. You know what I mean? You're a film man. You're a film man.
Yeah. So with you, what was like? You was always interested in film. What was your early sort of like film influence that you can remember? You would say.
Do you mean like a mainstream film? Or?
Anything, wherever when you was growing up or anything like that, that kind of intrigued you. You was like, oh, I like this. Yeah. Was you a Star Wars fan, by the way?
I've never watched Star Wars.
I think I've passed.
Oh my god.
Same here. Thank you.
Oh my god. I feel validated. Wait, I feel validated. Don't want to break the.
Yeah, that's a bit. I was never really like a sci-fi person. Don't judge me. Don't come.
I'm not. Hey, you probably watch more films than I do. I only watch like 2 films and that's it. Yeah.
So, did you have any sort of like aspiration to do like actual make films, or was it just more of the whole editing that you was kind of into?
Well, as in like, is there like a bigger film that I want to make?
Yeah,
aspirationally.
Like for example, like when you went into the course, was you always thinking, I'm just going to do editing, or was it more of a, I want to make something, hopefully?
It's weird. I don't think I like went into uni like having like a dream film in mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I literally just like went there just like, get better at editing. Bit of a shallow reason to get into it.
No, that's perfect, man. But
I think it's cool because I think I learned so much about like collaboration and obviously so much about like when you leave like your hometown for like the first time or whatever, just like go uni, you're just like, oh shit, there's people that exist with northern accents or something. You know what I mean?
I did get that.
You know what I mean?
I had a lot of northerners in my uni. It's like the way they were talking, like our kids, and you're like,
you're like, fam, how the hell does everyone like not sound like me? What the hell's going on?
You start to question your ability, thinking, what's these people around me? How come they're not talking like me?
It's so like jokes because uni has like taught me so much about like British culture. It's so funny.
Definitely.
Because it's just like, I don't live with British people, so I don't really know what the fuck they do.
Yeah.
But then like, living like at uni with like British people, you know what I mean? You see like the kind of food they're making, we're trying to like,
they love cup of teas. Man, there used to be like one guy, like few northern lads that used to live with us in our dorm, and they used to put like 2 tea bags in a cup of tea. I was like, oh my days, are you trying to kill yourself?
Oh my god. But like before you do like anything, it's like, let me just make a cuppa real quick.
They love their cup of tea.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
I'm a coffee man.
I'll just drink tap water in it. You know what I mean? That raw tea.
But yeah, so that was sort of like enlightening for you, like sort of thing as well, collaboration and everything.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think I probably learned a lot. Because to be fair, I think there's two things to like being an editor. Well, two things to be like any role in film. There's one where it's like the technical ability, you know, like learning how to do whatever. And the second one is like, I'd call it the mindset, quote unquote. You know what I mean? It's like knowing like how to be with the people around you.
Okay.
And like I see a lot of like mistakes like editors make in terms of their like quote unquote mindset is like, because at the end of the day, the director pulls all the strings, you know what I mean? And then there's like loads of like editors that get driven by like their own ego. The director's just like, oh yeah, like, can we do this? The editor's like, nah, I want to do it this way. It's better, trust me, I swear. When in reality, it should be like, can we do it this way? You're like, yeah, sure. But like, if you have an idea, then you can be like, oh, can we try it out? And if the director's open-minded enough, they're like, yeah, sure, let's see it.
Yeah.
And then whichever out of those two cuts the director prefers, you just go with that. Can't fight him in it, you know what I mean?
Because he calls the shots, basically. He's bringing you the project at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a good way to like deflect responsibility.
You're like, oh, you wanted it that way.
Yeah, literally, you know what I mean? Do you know, it's pretty big like where I work, because it's like, the client wants this and this, you're just like, bro, what? And then they do it, and you think stuff like, oh, it's a little bit shitter now, but you know, like, hey, they wanted it that way.
Yeah.
So, you know, monkey see, monkey do. That's what I always say. Well, like it happens at work when, because obviously we do like a round of notes like internally as well. And so there's ones that like obviously clash or whatever. When my boss, whatever, it's like, can we bring this back? We had it in like a previous cut. Why'd you cut it out? And I was like, oh, just like the other guy told me to like do it.
So it's always deflecting blame from yourself.
Hey, I just obey orders.
The way you're saying is when editors, you feel like some editors have a bit of ego and they feel like, okay, you're in my realm now. Your realm is filming and everything like that. When it comes to cutting and everything like that, it's sort of like my sort of territory. Do you think people get like that as well?
Oh, what, as in like they feel a bit too like comfortable in the edit suite?
They feel like they of course they're still part of the project and they have a value, like the way you just said earlier on, where there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That sort of element and everything like that.
Yeah. I think when you're an editor, you just need to like watch out that your ego's not like,
it's not too much
through the roof. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to make a film where you like call all the shots, like you might as well just be a director in it.
Yeah, just do your own stuff basically.
Yeah. Like what I tend to find with like just doing my own like personal projects is so weird.
Yeah.
So when I was into my showreel, right? I was like, oh, all right, I'll do all the cutting, whatever, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, all right, let's get some feedback. And I'm like, oh, wait, I'm the one giving feedback because I'm in charge of this project. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you feel like, okay, now it's your turn to actually you call the shots.
So I just asked my mate, like,
what do you think?
Yeah, like, what do you think? And then I think they said, like, can you make it a little bit longer? I was like, yeah, fair enough. So I tested that idea out and it like worked. I was like, yeah, cool. And then I dropped it.
Do you get, because with me, I'm not really like a full-time editor, but I'll do the basic stuff, like do my own little short reels if I need to edit a few things here and there. My sort of knowledge of editing is not really like motion level of spectacular visual effects, and I'm not on that level yet. I'm just on the basic where I can make a quick short reel nice looking, basically.
Yeah.
Because that's what we sort of did in my course. They taught us everything, so they taught us editing, filming, and everything like that. But anyway, long story short, but I'm a bit meticulous in the sense like I'm a bit like I get attached with something where even though when I get it done and I send it off and I watch it again, I'll be like, oh shit, there's a mistake there.
Oh yeah.
Does that happen with you as well sometimes? Or you think that transition doesn't come in right at the right moment, or there's a little people in the naked eye who don't know nothing about editing don't notice a thing. They see it as a smooth transition. But you see what's wrong. You be like, I didn't hit the beat right.
Exactly. No, that's true. I mean that's why we have like a senior editor at my company who could like look out for all of that stuff. And then obviously like I'm being trained, like one of the other people that work there is like being trained to like look out for those stuff. Okay. And then when you know what to look out for, you can just like get rid of them.
By yourself, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you like kind of know what you're looking for in terms of like the real nitty gritty, like technical bits.
But do you get obsessed with a project sometimes, or is it more of a let's just get it through the factory sort of stuff?
I mean, at some point you're like hyped. You're like, oh yeah, let's go. Yeah. And then obviously, like at some point, like it just like batters you, and you're just like, do you know what? Just just get this shit done. All right, just client, please say you're happy, and then we can just move on.
What's the most revision you ever done on a project?
Oh my god, so like last year, right?
Yeah,
it was such a nightmare of a project. You know what I mean?
You don't have to say names. So we don't want you to lose your job.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I'm guessing someone from work will listen to this. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was like a project where basically they had like the edit like all done or whatever, and at some point it's this geezer like comes in from the client's side, and they're just like, let's change up the whole style completely. And then the company like, bro, what? So another editor was like doing that.
So they actually
did the
it?
previous revision, and then I had to do the new revisions.
Okay.
And there was so much like back and forth in, and then like there were lots of like little like facts and trivia in the thing. But nowadays like you got to be particular about like facts, like how you say it, because you can probably take like legal action if like something's wrong. And so like this client was like feeding us facts or whatever. And then we had someone to come and like fact check them. Like most of them were just wrong. You know what I mean? Like the phrasing was off, or like the source was just like, there's this fact in the thing. The client put as their source themselves. Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is a fact because I say so. Oh yeah, very reliable.
Very reliable,
very reliable. But that shit went through so many. Like there was 17 episodes of it as well.
17 episodes?
Yeah, well it's like 2 to 3 minute long videos, luckily. But
that must have been a nightmare for you guys that week or whatever.
Oh yeah, it was. That shit took like months. Do you know what I mean? I think they started filming that project like February.
Okay.
Project got done like probably like November or some shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Like to be fair, I learned a lot, at least technical shit, mindset shit.
Okay.
But as much of it as it was a nightmare, like it was a learning experience as well.
I think that's one of the things that you should like. I think with editing, you can teach in the sense of I can teach you. Okay, this is what you have to do. This is how you cut it. But it's one of those like edit, like sort of like any sort of software programs. If you don't keep practicing it, you're not going to get good at it. It's not like a film where you get someone to the camera and you say, film this for me. It's not. It's more of a hands-on job sort of stuff. Would you say that?
To be fair, like it's interesting when you're teaching yourself software because like you learn the basics, but then like it's interesting to see where you want to take your knowledge. Like, luckily for my job, because I like knew Premiere Pro like quite well or whatever, and like After Effects. But then like the other editing guy would just like teach me a whole bunch of new shit. I'm like, oh, nice.
So your company, does it just do editing or does it do filming?
It just does the whole shebang.
The whole shebang, yeah?
Yeah.
So is it like a big company, or is it more of a small team?
It's a small team at the moment.
Okay. I think with your section, media, like editing, you can work remotely. You just get the files sent to you, we transfer, download it.
Or sometimes they'll just put a little hard drive in the post.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So they just send it to you.
Yeah, literally. I think they did a little they did a shoot in like London or whatever.
Yeah,
and then they got some like geezers like website that just like could deliver it.
Is it?
Just like straight after, so just like pop by. Went all the way down from London to Southampton. Just like gave me the hard drive. I was like, cheers, geez. You can track him as well. You know
Is it?
So like my guy had this massive road trip from like London to Southampton.
Like you're going back to your company and everything. How's it been like working remotely? Like you say they're saying this stuff,
I think it's a lot more chill because I feel like when you work in an office, like it feels like someone's always just like standing over your shoulder, just like watching you. And then like if you take like a tiny break, you feel like a little bit guilty because then like you could feel like someone's like judging you or something. Whereas like when you're at home, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, I'll just look at my phone for like 5 minutes. Ain't no one going to say anything.
You know, like right now I'm sort of like addicted to like these YouTube stuff of them. You know, those fake gurus, the ones that tell you how to make money, how to do. They irritate me. And the whole thing is like, I used to work on this job. Now I've quit it. I'm doing this. All you need to do is just buy my course for £200.
The dumbest shit ever. What you learn on the course is that if you sell yourself a course, then you'll be like, fine. It's a pyramid scheme.
It's a pyramid. It's literally, he's making money. The reason why he's got so much money is because he's got another dumb people who's buying his course. So you're giving him money. That's why he quit his job. He's a smart guy.
If you know how to exploit like people, you're smart as hell.
They're vindictive and cynical bastards, bruv. I hate it.
If I were like to manipulate people to watch this, I'd be like, oh, have you been feeling down about your film, you know, making capabilities at the moment? This podcast provides the solution. And then boom, people are like, oh yeah, this guy's told me my life is shit. And then he says, oh yeah, I'll make your life better, and then you just buy into it.
Exactly.
Like, fam, stay woke. Like, you're stupid.
Stupid, man. Because I feel like as well, because you have to understand is if you cast your sort of stupidity idea, you're going to catch few people who are not really clued on of what your gimmick is, who don't know what, like, not everyone knows about the scams of what goes around, of how people don't understand how media can manipulate you. Yeah, for example, you're an editor, if you can edit something to a certain degree, you can manipulate people into actually...
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's like part of... So this like dissertation, I personally find it really interesting. But like my final year dissertation was how mainstream media influences how films are made today as opposed to films made like back in the day. Because, like obviously you watch a film now, you're like, oh yeah, this was definitely made like post 2010.
Yeah.
But then you like watch a film, you're like, oh, this was definitely made in the 80s. So I explored like, why is that? And I learned like so much. It's insane because it's a lot of psychological research on how like audience behaviors, audience demands. The two biggest ones I like looked at was like Netflix and MTV. So MTV was like OG shit. That was like, I guess that was like a predecessor of how Netflix now manipulates it, or like how Netflix now shapes how films are made. Because MTV was literally just the idea of bringing more music into films, but like bringing pop culture as well.
Okay.
And then Netflix, because obviously now we're a well-off like society, we can now explore like ideas of like emotional intelligence and just like people's emotions in general. And so Netflix like taps into that, and that's why like so many people find like loads of their shows like really relatable to them. Because like back in the day, you didn't have a show about people with like alcoholism problems.
No, it was always more of a hidden sort of. It wasn't hidden, but it wasn't spoken about as well.
Yeah, and now today they're like, oh yeah, you have alcoholism. Yeah. This guy has alcoholism.
Yeah.
Relatable TV show.
It's true.
You know what I mean? But I found that, I'm going to sound like a bit of a boomer, but what I found out is that like binge watching like Netflix is really like dangerous because you become like fully immersed into like the mindset of the main character. You become so immersed that you then end up perceiving the world around you the way that character perceives their world around them.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Have that happened to you before?
No, I'm shit at watching TV shows. I'm like the worst media consumer in the world. Like I only watch like 3 TV shows. And then... But the thing is, I have that research, and that's what I like know going into a show. Yeah, and then I guess like you could probably see like people's lives just like falling apart because they're just like, oh, like fucking.
So fantasy and reality sort of.
Yeah, like people need to realize that it's a fiction film, and fiction films never like reflect what real life actually is.
Definitely, because I feel like you're right in the sense of like, for example, like we're in film, meaning that we either make stuff or we edit things. We kind of have a sort of like, how can I say this, sort of like an out of body experience where when we watch something, we see it as a character, but whereas a normal person who's not into film or anything like that, they kind of get attached. Don't get me wrong, I get attached to characters as well, that when I watch certain films, and I'm still a human being. You get me feelings. I hope I do anyway. But what I'm trying to explain is in this sort of like intelligent way that I'm struggling right now is we can sort of like detach from reality and fiction. We know what it is. Not to say that people don't know, but some people get immersed in it so much where when I watch a TV show, number one, I appreciate the quality of it, how it's directed, how it's made, the production. Also, I get attached to the character. But my sort of like elements out of that is at the same time is I want to know how they made it. So that means I'm already sort of like dissecting myself from the show. In that aspect, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's how filmmakers like watch a film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, like you watched it for the story, whatever, and then like afterwards, you're just like, all right, how was this film made? Do you know what I mean? Like this is why you need to like watch a film, because like there's that stereotype. It's like when you watch a film with your like mate that like knows how to make films, and then afterwards they just won't like stop talking about it. You know what I mean? Exactly. They're just like, this is how they achieve that. So you're just like, oh, shut up, man.
You get me? It's just crazy because I feel like like your normal sort of like average person. Who's not really into films, who doesn't know, like, you get me, the whole element of how film is made. They might know because they see like a behind the scenes. But we're so engrossed in it. I can separate myself from a film straight away. Even though, don't get me wrong, I get attached to it.
I've cried at films, no problem. That's how you know a film like works. If it made you feel, then like, that's a success.
Properly, because I feel like it as well, because what you just saying a minute ago, I find it intriguing. I really like that idea that how people somehow can't get themselves attached from the main character, because there's shows that I watch and I feel like I'm the hero in the film.
Exactly. No, it's because they make the characters so relatable to us. That they're just like, oh yeah, and then they use that to like immerse you and then take you through the film.
Wow.
And then you're just like, shit, what a film. I mean, those are probably like how the more like successful films are like made.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I think it's, because to be fair, it's not only like how they look and dress, it's like their like walk of life or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
because they catch you as well at the same time with certain aspects and everything like that.
Yeah, literally.
What I was going to ask you is what softwares would you recommend? Of course, there's a lot of softwares, like Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, or
Avid
as well. So you get me. So
well, you want to know what my hot take is on the best one?
Listen, you're here. You need to give the goosey gossip here. What's your go-to sort of? I mean,
my go-to is the Adobe suite. You know it's what I learned. It's what I grew up with. Sure.
So you didn't do Final Cut in uni?
I did Final Cut at like sixth form, but I also learned Avid as well.
Avid's good.
And what I found out is like each software is like good depending on the type of content you want to make.
Okay.
So like Premiere Pro is banging for like social media, promo,
Why would you
like
say
short
that?
form. I mean, it's the fact that you can just like integrate After Effects with it, and After Effects has got so many graphic capabilities, etc.
So it's just compatible and just easily just whack onto.
Whereas like Avid's a lot more clunky. Like I feel like Avid's better for like TV shows or like narrative films. If you like look it up on Google, like, all those films were edited on Avid anyway, and then all the social media promo shit, online content, is all done on Premiere Pro. It depends what those demands are for the piece of content that you're editing, and then that's how you choose the software for.
What about Final Cut Pro? What would you think is good for?
Nothing.
Do
you use it?
Yeah, I use it a lot.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Thank you for breaking my heart.
Nah, do you know what? I think so. One of my mates, he works at like a production company in Southampton, and so his company use like Final Cut Pro, and I feel like it's easy to scoff at, but I think
it's easier.
Final Cut Pro, I feel like it's probably evolved since I used it back at sixth form.
I think since you use it, which one do you use before?
I don't know. Whatever one old existed in like 2015 or whatever.
I think the 10 onwards, they've done so much in the sense of, for example, viewing your footage, for example, dragging it from the media box into the time, sort of like times. There's no lagging, there's nothing anymore. It's just, you probably use Final Cut Pro 7 and that, innit?
Yeah, probably. It's one of those like naff ones. You know what I mean?
Now it's just, the whole layout is just freaking fantastic. And you just drag it. You can watch like a 4K video, depending on your computer, of course, how fast it is, and the RAMs and everything. It's all to do with your spec of your computer anyway. What processors got and everything like that. Look at me being all tech savvy.
I think it just depends on what you've used, what you've grown up with.
Whatever you're comfortable with, I think, with editing.
Exactly. And it's just like, sometimes you gotta like ask yourself if you can be asked to teach yourself another software, like what are you going to use it for? Because I know a lot of my friends have like been getting into like DaVinci, like a DaVinci's
What's that about? Everyone loves it. So everyone I talk to, I'll do like productions and that. Yeah, mate, DaVinci's the way. Man.
I mean it's because it's free.
Yeah,
so
the gospel, man. It's the gospel.
Some broke ass bitches use DaVinci. You know what I mean?
You need to cough up that $2.99, bro.
But
if you ain't breaking your balance, you ain't working.
Do you know what? I think I always like had access to like the Adobe suite, quote unquote, for free. Like I didn't really like pay
everywhere you went, because from uni, the work gave it to you for free, and so you're a high roller, man.
Exactly.
Is that your yearly subscription? Just you're like, I got my upgrade.
I think I had to pay for it once for like this one job I did like towards the end of 2019.
But yeah, I think we're coming towards the end. Where can people find you, like your socials?
Instagram _fab.co_. Twitter, quite fantastic.
I appreciate it, man. Until next time, you're listening to Abdi Original. I'm my guest,
Fabian Conrad.
And this is the Project 98 podcast. See you next time for the next episode.